I kept pushing the button, but it just was like, nope, you didn't push it. Nope, you didn't push it. Yes, I did. All right. Oh, and let me tell you guys, I have gotten more comments about my inking. And I told most of you, I said, you know, I have selective hearing, and normally it would be turned on, but, you know, it's been a little screwy lately. Yes, I will try and do better on my inking. For sure, for sure. Okay, so now this is, sorry, I must be hungry. I'm yawning. This is our plastic sheets that we had, and I did make the two pretties to go in, just to, you know, get things started. And I must say that using the Fabri-Tac, if you pull on these, they will come, I mean, they're stuck, but if you pull on them, they will come off. So Fabri-Tac may be not the best thing. However, the way we're going to put it in, it will help to hold it right the way we've glued them together. So I still think it's a great idea to glue, but maybe use our glitter glue or the Barely Art glue, I believe also works on plastic. So just find something that works well for your plastic needs. Anywho, so I have one of our covers. I have our 1/2 inch by 8.5 inch piece and our 6.5 by 8.5 inch piece. And then I have a piece of paper, one piece of paper so far to work on our cover. So first thing you're going to do is take and put this 1/2 inch piece all the way to the edge of the inside edge of the back cover. All right, and then I am going to, I'm just gonna put myself a and I'm actually lining it up on the edge of the paper that we put down. So I've got myself a line there so that I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to take my Timmy ruler, and I want this to be 1/8 of an inch difference. So I have the 1/8 of an inch difference there. Then I'm going to put my paper down, and so we're gonna put this back right where it belongs, right along that first line what you drew. And then I'm going to put my paper down, and I'm going to leave myself about 1/2 inch over the edge, about like that. And I'm going to make a line where the end of the chipboard piece is. So I have about 1/2 inch on the inside of the chipboard piece, and then I'm drawing a line on the outside of the chipboard piece, okay? And so I'm going to follow that line. Let me get onto some white paper here so you can see what it is. White. Give me some white. Here we go. So you can see what it is that we're doing here. Okay, so I am going to line everything up. Okay, and make that first line all the way, and then I'm going to put my 1/8 of an inch line that up. And draw that line. Okay? So that's what we're going to end up with is 2 lines on there. So we can put our ruler away. Okay. So, first thing that we want to do is leave some space on the bottom, and we're going to glue this down, and we're going to glue it down just off of the line, just like we would do a score line. We want to stay off to the side of the score line. Alrighty, so we're going to use, I've got some art glitter glue here. You can also use your double-sided tape if you'd like. Whatever floats your boat, you know. Okay, so again, just like a score line, you're going to stay off of it ever so slightly. Just to the left of it. You're not seeing a whole lot of black, but you can see the whole line. I'm going to let that dry for a smidge. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this. Okay, so we're going to stay just to the outside of the pencil mark. And then the only other thing I want to do is I want to put it back on my book, and I want to make sure that I am not off of the book. Okay, that I want this to be lined up with the edge of the left side of the back cover, and I want to make sure that I'm not hanging off the edge, and I'm not. I'm very, very, very close, but I did want to have as much space here as possible. So I think I'm good, and I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to flip her over and give it a good burnish. Make sure we've got glue everywhere. All right. Okay. And then we're just going to do pretty much what we do with all of our stuff, is work the paper around the chipboard. I'd already kind of come in and done a little bit of that, so hence I'm kind of, you know, just jumping forward. All right. Okay, so for this layer, I'm wanting to cut leaving about 1/8 of an inch, you know, just about the length of the chipboard. Of this little paper here. No, cut it all the way down. That's right. that was something else I was thinking of. So you're going to cut it all the way down, and you're going to place it inside. Whoops. Inside in between the two. Okay, so there's that. And again, lay this over. Just allow your scissor to follow along on the chipboard piece. You know, follow along on this inside piece and then follow along on this inside piece. Put your little glue down. And burnish that down into the glue. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to want to do just like we always do with our pieces. Gonna come up at an angle. So we're making little funky pieces here. I know it's a kind of a funky piece, but there we go. And again, you could, if you wanted to, line your paper with your double-sided tape. I am just going to put my glue down each side where I'm actually wrapping. And then come back to the first one and let's just get some glue on it. And bring it down. There we go. Good, good, good. And we'll go ahead and do this one. Yeah, trying not to get glue on everything. Okay. Then here we're doing our corners. Now I ran glue all the way around both corners, so I have glue in there to press my corners down into. Just watch out for the excess glue. And then let's put glue. And you kind of want to get glue on the top of it as well. So, you know, you're holding it down twice. Okay, pull this around. Okay, and then you're going to come over here and you're going to get some glue on the top and the bottom one. And let's just pull that right like that. Again, pull that and make sure it just runs right along the side, the inside edge. Come around, since I did the glue all the way around the corner. And get your corners in. Whoops. Okay. And then put some glue on the rest of the flap and bring that over. So now you can see that we have covered the entire outside the entire outside of this. And it will be covered. You know, this side will definitely get decorated. But we need to cover this side now, just like we did covering the inside of the book. So, let me see if I have, I don't. So I'm going to get another sheet out. I do have this one put in there. And again, I'll have to cut this down just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. I have it here. So I'm basically taking about 1/8 of an inch off. Not much. Not much. Let me get, there we go. Okay. That will look very good. All right. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it about 1/8 of an inch longer than I need. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take my score tape again, and I'm going to, not all the way up to the top, I'll catch it with glue. There we go. But right on the edges, on both sides, we're going to want the score tape again. If you can't do this, then do it just the way I did with this, where you put the glue in and you're just going to keep rolling over it until it's dry. Okay? So we have this. We're going to peel off the larger piece side of this. And I'm going to run glue all along here. I love being able to get more glue out using these, using these cake icing things. They're just very nice for that. Okay, so I'm just getting this on nice and straight. I'm not pushing really hard because I don't want all that glue to come out. I want it to have a chance to grab. Whoops. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to fold this back a little bit, as much as I can without, you know, really messing up everything. And I'm going to put the glue in the divot that we made, into the crease, so to speak. And then I didn't mean to take that off yet. So let's get that back on there, because I need to push in this part first. Don't push it in all the way right at once. Go over it and over it and over it and get a little stronger and a little stronger. You may have to, mine's pretty thick and this is 1/8 of an inch, so I'm first doing it against the one piece of chipboard, and then I'm pushing against the other piece of chipboard, so that this will be a really nice bit of work. You know, very, 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 very nice looking piece. Okay. There we go. Now we can pull off and we want to make sure that we're able to hold it down as we pull our paper over. There we go. Oops. Now you're really not going to see much of this piece here, but mine is hanging over a little bit, and I am going to cut that off. I do not want... So I cut it a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch, and I really only needed a very small 1/8 of an inch. I mean, so just barely 1/8 of an inch would have probably been perfect, but it's no harm, no foul. All you got to do is flip it around and make sure you're cutting everything off that is kind of hanging funky. There we go. Good job, good job. Okay. So now we're going to put our pieces together, and they are pretty much they're the same this way. They're a little different this way, but that's fine. I am lining it up top and bottom, and to the 1/2 inch side, to this side, I am putting my holes. Now, if you have a top or a bottom that you're most interested in. Now, one thing I didn't do was kind of finished up my edges. I'm noticing that they're not as crisp as I like them to be. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to lay these right down just like that, so that they line up with the edge where the 1/2 inch is. Okay, and then make sure top and bottom that they're nice and lined up. You don't want them to be, you don't want them to go over that 1/2 inch. So let me put this on the white so you can see just a teeny bit of black. Just a teeny bit. Now this is a little fiddly because this does like to maneuver around a little bit. Okay. So I've made my holes, but I actually need to make them on the front. Let's see, do I need to make them on the front as much? No. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think doing it 2 different times is going to be okay. Probably better. I don't know. We'll see. So now what I want to do is I want to do a 1/8 inch hole right where I drew my circles. 1, 2. Now I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be able, yes, I'm going to be able to get my, I have, now I think Tim Holtz makes them, but these are actually antique ones. My mother had them in her desk drawer, but they're long brads. So they're not the, you know, the little cutesy brads. The little cutesy brads will work. The longer brads to me are going to be a little more substantial to hold this all in, but the little fancy brads will work. Okay, so now we have our holes. Let me just make sure that I see that one, the stuffing didn't come out. It's still stuffed in there. I was wondering what I popped the hole. Just try not to. Just try not to cut. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. So I see holes through there. So now I'm going to put this back on, put this one sheet that we're working on back on and make sure it's up and down the same. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to put holes now here. Take your time with this and line everything up. Make sure that you got it just the way you want it before you put it down, because it is fairly tight fit. Now you can make this a little shorter, and because mine is having to come out all the way to the edge of my book. So this page is having to come out all the way to the edge. So I will have a double thick back, which is fine. So let's go ahead. The only other thing I want before I install this is I do want to make a piece for this and get the holes in it. So let me find what I may use. It's not long enough. Okay, so what do I have? I know. Where is my I've got it around here somewhere. My oh, you know, the oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, never mind. We will do it later. I cannot find it. I don't know where I put it. It should be right here, but I'm not finding it. So we're just going to move on. And when I find it, we'll come back to it. Okay, so I am going to use washi tape over this piece. All right? So if you're going to use a piece of paper, then go ahead and do the piece of paper. I will use some washi tape. I may just take this back off, but for video purposes, you and I are going to go ahead. There's one. Where are you? Okay. And I think I need to... Well, I feel you, but you're not wanting to go through. There we go. Okay. So we're going to come over here. We're going to open these bad boys up. See, they take a lot of... Oh, that's only got one, right? So this one... This one closed up before I was ready for it to close up. There we go. Okay. Let's give those a good burnish. Flip it around. And now we're going to slowly flip this all the way around, because now the glue is dried. And now we have the 3x4 and the 4x6s. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, lucky 13, baby. Lucky 13. So there, that is that part. And then look how nice that looks in there. Looks very professional, very nicely done. The only thing that's sticking out is where I left a little bit of a top on the top card so I could get it out, or whomever could get it out easier, instead of having to dig into the plastic and pull it out. So that's totally your choice. If you'd like to get it even so it doesn't stick out, then by all means do that. So that takes up about a ½ an inch. So then we have plenty of room to do our signatures. We could even do a third signature in there and totally be fine. We're just going to have to see. We'll have to see, because that will not fill the book up. So we might have to do a third signature. Okay. And another thing is, usually on my signatures, I do a lot of laces and things like that. I am not going to do anything this time that's going to hang out over the edges. I want it to be neat and tidy, just because it's a display piece that I'm thinking, you know, you would put on a bookshelf or something, and you don't want it to be all, oh, at least in my mind, I don't want it to be all having, you know, stuff puffing out of it everywhere. I want it to be nice, crisp, clean look. We may do something, you know, decorating the fronts. I have bought some molds. It's a Iron Orchid. So I may put a bird on there. These are all clay. It's very lightweight. So I might use the decorate the box. Those kind of things. Some of them I put eyes on. See, that one would fit on there nicely. I mean, it's bird watcher. You need to have some birds, right? That one's just a little too long. There is another one here that is smaller. So, you know, we could totally like put this down at the bottom and put this flying at the top. No, we can't put it down at the bottom. We can only do stuff at the top because it's going to go in the box and you don't want this. It's going to be not snug, but form-fitting, you know? It's not going to be snug. Like, at least that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, I honestly thought that was going to take up a little bit more room than it did. I'm super hyped about it, though. I really like that. Yeah, I really like that. I want to make this look just a little crisper. There we go. Yeah, super psyched. All right, guys. So that is our journal cover with the Simple Stories. Did I throw them away? The Simple Stories plastic holders. So we can make more cards like this. I think what my plan will be is I will give anything that's left over, which I'm not thinking there's going to be a lot, but you know, anything that's left over, I will probably put into, you know, one of these picture things so that whomever receives this or purchases this will be able to do some stuff. Yeah. Okay, so probably going to have to make a third signature, or we're just going to have a very funky looking book. But I love that we can get loads more pictures in there. All right, I shall return, guys. Love you all so much. Mwah! Talk to you later. Hey, all you crafty people. Get all my lights turned on here. I hope everybody's having a great day. I am deciding that I'm going to do enough for 2 signatures of just plain white copy paper. But I'm going to jazz it up a little bit. But I don't want to pull all my stamps out again and everything. So I thought, you know what? Let's just play. So I did, like you see here with some spray, I put all my colors down, a little bit of water, and then I just kind of dabbed my papers through it and just got some different colors. And, you know, just a little bit of interest, so that none of them are just plain old white. Now there's some stuff on the edges. So if you want to do just the edge, you just run it through like that and you'll get the color on the edge. And if it's wet and you put it down on another one and it picks up some color, even better, you know? So basically, that's all I did. Just something like that. So, yep. I still probably some of these. And then I put them under a heavy book. So that they wouldn't dry too crinkly. Because this is just copy paper. I'm going to wait till I have a few more colors. And then I did this. Now you can still write on this, you know. This is still going to be, you can write on the whole page, but isn't that pretty? And this is where I got the pattern from. Just a piece of lace. This is a very dense lace. It's, I'm not really sure. It's, I don't believe it's cotton. I suppose I could try and start a fire right here. Check out and see if it's cotton or not. I have a feeling that not being cotton is going to work better for this than being cotton. I do not know where my lighter is, so we were just going to skip that. I tried a different lace. Let me show you this one I tried. And didn't really get very good results. It's just kind of partially sprayed all over the place, but you can't really see a pattern. Maybe if I use a darker color, you can. So let's just play. Now here's one of these that we got some color on. Let's try this one with a little different color and just do it across the bottom. But I don't want it up here. I don't want the spray up here. I just want it down here. So I'm using one of them to catch the overspray. All right. So let's see. Let's do this color. This is Rouge. Glimmer Mist, the Tattered Angels. And I'm just kind of doing my first spritz over here so I can see what I'm doing, you know, how it's going to spray, because some of these spray not great. Okay. And then this page now has a really nice bottom to it, kind of darker and then gets lighter as you go up. So I'm going to let that one dry. And then let's pull this up. Now this is better with the darker color. You can see some images. So I'm very pleased with that. And with the copy paper, it doesn't really do a lot of yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage to the paper when you're just doing the spray and not. This is just drying on my board here, so okay. All right, and again, we've got all of this, and you don't really ever want to waste it. So I'm just gonna get my edges. Just get those edges. A little more interest. Okay. So now let's do right up the center. So you got a little bit on both sides. How's that? And then I'm going to need a page here and a page here. And what's this one? This is Money Bags, I think. Yep. One of my favorites. I don't know. I just seem to always go. It's nice, nice rich color. I really like this one. So, I have my two sheets on top of my other sheet. I'm going to give it a little spray to see what I'm doing. All right. So now this has got a nice blend to it. This didn't get an over amount, and I'm cool with that. And we can just kind of drop this. It doesn't pick up a lot. And then just lay it down. I'm not going to do that with all of them. And then there is this one is really great for the patterning. But you know, that's just lovely. It's not going to be a plain old regular white sheet. Let's see, what else can we do? So we've done the sprays. We've done some inking. How about... I'm just gonna... It's not really necessary, but I'm just gonna kind of lay this here. I'm just experimenting, seeing what I got. Who knows? Who knows what that's going to do? And then let's just add a bit of water and let it react. I don't know. And then we can add some splotches. Bits and pieces. You can do anything you want, guys, in other words, you know, I mean, just 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe another one. Make a flower. Those teardrop ones are so cute. Dewdrop. These are called dewdrops. Memento. I don't know. Just, you know, just play. Just play. Get some color on the paper. I think these two are a no. I don't like them. Yeah. Not all that wild about them. Let's see if we can fix it. Not going to be... There we go. And what color? We haven't done the blue. And this time I'm going to leave the offshoots. Oh boy. Oops. I got it all over me. This one I might have to put another lid on. Another. Whoopsie. I don't know if these are too big. But it might spray for me. They're too big. But it still might spray for me, although this is a full bottle. Okay, let's see what we end up with. Why not? Right? Why not? I have got a mess. I have got a mess here. Let me put this lid on before I dump this over. That will really be fun. Okay, see, this is a good crafting day. And we're just seeing where this takes us, guys. So let's pick this up. We did get some of the lace pattern in there. I love that blue. I think I'm definitely going to pull this out. We're going to toss this one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to toss that one. Actually, I could let it dry and then print a receipt on it. Wouldn't that be cute? I think I'll let that dry and I'll print a receipt on it. That'll be fun. I don't like to waste paper, but I guess we'll keep this one. What the hey, right? What the hey. All right, so what else do we have here? Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That's fun. Yeah, that's just a nice fun page, isn't it? Just splatterings. Love it. See, guys, it's just play. Play, 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 play. And that is just too pretty to not have some of that in my papers. Too pretty. I love the Tattered Angel stuff. Now let me just spray some yellow on this one. And that's going to turn a little bit, some of that green, some of that yellow. Yep. Okay, that one's good. And then this one. What? I never did use the orange. So let's put this down right across the top. And this is a pretty bright orange. I mean, this is like Tangerine Dream or something. So, oh yeah, that's really orange. And then I think I'll come in with some yellow. To get some more of that mix that I'm looking for. All right. Oh yeah, all the good colors that I'm looking for. Very good. See, now this will dry. Flip this over and lay that right down there. I just love all that. So there, we have made ourselves some interesting papers with just a few sprays. You can do it with your inks, but it is easier with sprays. I showed you what you can do with your inks, just adding water, and it adds, use a cup, stick it into color and make some cup marks, you know. So we have some nice colored papers that are going to match my papers that I'm using, and I'm just going to mix and match these. And yeah, I'm loving it, loving it. So I am going to go ahead and get all of these pulled together, and then I'll know what I need. And I do have to get a little bit of cleanup here. Clean up on aisle 5, please. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So clean up myself. Let that go into the next page. Let that go onto the next page. Alright, there we go, guys. So that's all there is to it. Don't let any of it go to waste. Alright, I shall return. Bye.
Did you have